Good evening. Thank you for joining us on ntTV Nightly News. I'm Avery Cowens.
And I'm Aaliyah Bordeaux. Texas broke records last night with bitterly cold temperatures and wind chill readings. And tonight, it doesn't look much better.
The extremely cold winds are creating dangerous conditions outside. We have team coverage of this Arctic blast. Let's head over to weather anchor Faith Webster for a look at the conditions out there right now. Faith?
That's right. We are in an extreme cold warning right now with our temperatures at 22 degrees, feeling like 9 with our wind at a pushing 16 miles per hour. Moving on into tonight, we are going to see those temperature drops even lower to 19 degrees, feeling like 6 with our wind coming down just a little bit at 14 miles per hour. Moving on into tomorrow, we are going to see a slight rise in temperature, but not enough to keep us out of freezing weather at 26 degrees, feeling like 16 with our wind at 10 miles per hour. Please remain keeping your family, your house, and your pets safe at this time. Our warmer temperatures are going to come in later throughout this week, but I'll have more on that. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Faith. Those warmer temperatures will certainly be welcome, but first we have to get through the next few days. The big question for Texans was whether or not the power grid would hold up under the high demand for electricity, or would it collapse like it did 4 years ago? The good news for us all, the grid is holding steady for now. You're looking at a live picture of the electricity supply in Texas. Officials say the cold temperatures will put a strain on the grid tomorrow, but not that it will be bad enough to cause emergency conditions. While it will be in the teens again tonight and only in the mid-20s tomorrow, energy officials are confident the upgrades put into place after 2021's deadly freeze will keep Texans safe. 4 years ago, the grid collapsed when power generators froze and natural gas supplies were cut off. Thousands of people were without power for days, and nearly 250 Texans died as a result of the storm and its impact.
The city of Denton is providing more resources to help unsheltered individuals get out of freezing conditions. Our live reporter Nadia Rodriguez has more on this part of the story. Nadia?
Thanks, Aaliyah. This weather has been hard for many, but the city of Denton is offering solutions for unsheltered people. Chief Communications Officer Dustin Sternbeck says that the City of Denton facilities are available for shelter during inclement weather year-round, excluding holidays, along with fire stations, library facilities, and rec centers. DCTA is handing out bus passes for people to take Route 3 to the Community Center and Salvation Army. And Our Daily Bread is also looking for volunteers who want to help give back to the community. The City of Denton is offering extended capacity as well as extra cots to get people out of the cold. That's all I have for you. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Nadia. Measles is a highly contagious respiratory virus that survives in the air for up to 2 hours, and it is on the rise. In fact, we are experiencing the largest outbreak in Texas in nearly 30 years. ntTV's Marisa Bender is here with more on the story. Marisa?
Thank you, Avery. The measles outbreak started in rural West Texas and since then has grown to 58 cases and spread to mainly eastern New Mexico, along with a few cases in Terry, Lubbock, Lynn, and Yoakum County. However, public health officials are doing everything to help out the community. The main advice for you is to get the measles vaccine. The vaccine, or also known as the MMR vaccine, has been proven to be safe and effective in preventing measles infection. Since its introduction, the vaccine has brought cases down from 3 to 4 million cases a year to fewer than 200. And there is a chance you may have already got the vaccine. The first shot is recommended for children between 12 to 15 months old, and the second shot is recommended for kids from 4 to 6 years old. So make sure to check with your doctor before you get vaccinated. Along with that, public health officials are hosting regular vaccination clinics, screening efforts, and educating the people about the importance of getting your vaccination. Well, that's all for me. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Marisa. The measles outbreak is especially concerning for younger people and adults because the disease can have severe impact on women who are pregnant and their unborn children. A measles infection can cause devastating complications during pregnancy. It can lead to deafness, heart defects, mental retardation, and other illnesses. It can leave older patients vulnerable to other diseases by damaging the immune system, making them susceptible to illnesses like the flu for weeks after the measles rash has disappeared.
With measles cases on the rise across the U.S., many people are thinking about ways to protect themselves. CNN's Mandy Gaither has a look on how you can keep yourself and your family safe.
It's a highly contagious airborne illness that can cause rash, fever, red eyes, and cough. Severe cases of measles can also cause blindness, pneumonia, or swelling of the brain, and in some cases, death.
We're seeing these sporadic outbreaks of measles.
Dr. Daniel Koritzkis with Brigham and Women's Hospital says most of the measles illnesses now popping up in the U.S. are in young children. Last year, 285 cases were reported to the CDC. That's the most since 2019. And this year, cases are already emerging in several states. Experts say it's due to lower vaccination rates from misinformation. In Texas, there's an outbreak with at least 24 cases, and state health officials say that number is growing.
The vast majority are happening in people who have either not been vaccinated or whose vaccination status is unknown.
Koritzkis says the best protection against measles is vaccination. The first dose is typically given to children between 12 and 15 months, with a second dose administered around age 4. The CDC says older children and adults can also get vaccinated if they didn't receive the vaccine as a child. And the agency says if you were vaccinated with the first version of the measles vaccine used between 1963 and 1968, or don't know which type of vaccine you received, you should get at least one dose of the current measles vaccine.
People should just make sure that they are up to date with their measles vaccination and that their children are up to date.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
Next, Southwest Airlines is taking drastic measures to stay afloat, leaving many employees outraged.
And tonight, one unique bar here in Denton is holding a special night for local universities. We have a live look ahead.
Looking to open a free checking or savings account but don't know where to start? Check out DATQ Credit Union right here on campus. Get your Mean Green debit card instantly or apply for a DATQ Visa credit card today. Your school, your card. Plus, make deposits at their 24/7 ATM, checks or cash whenever you need it. Make sure to sign up for DATQ's online banking platform and mobile app for easy access anytime, anywhere. Visit them at www.datq.org to learn more. DATQ, the official financial institution of UNT Athletics.
Are you looking for a fun club with travel opportunities? Dive into the UNT Swim Club. Practicing Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays from 7 to 9 p.m. at the Pole Recreation Center. We accept members at any skill level. For more information, reach out to us at unt.swimclub on Instagram.
Hey Alex, this guy on the internet says he wants to give me money.
That sounds suspicious.
What do you mean?
Typically, strangers who promise you money on the internet have their own best interest in mind. They often use bounce checks, which will disappear shortly after depositing, but not before they've asked for some money in return.
So he doesn't really want to spoil me?
No.
Well, then what should I do?
The best way to handle it is to block and report the suspicious message, or even consult local law enforcement if you've already fallen victim.
So I guess we aren't going to Key West for spring break?
No.
Southwest Airlines announced it is cutting more than 1,700 corporate jobs. This is the first mass layoff in the Dallas-based company's 53-year history. These cuts will start in April and will include senior vice presidents. The company expects to save $210 million this year and $300 million next year. These changes come amid efforts to reduce cost. Southwest CEO says this is a very difficult decision and will mark a massive shift for the company.
There is no question that the business environment is a difficult one, and in some professions it can be even harder, especially if you are a woman. Tashara Parker, a 5-time Emmy Award-winning journalist, was at UNT campus recently as a part of a panel on women in media, and I was in the audience.
The media is evolving and traditional journalism is changing and developing.
You have to go through that first year. And then the second year.
Events like I Have a Story by her campus help students learn about the importance of journalism in the world.
One of the careers we do foster is journalism, so it's very important for us to make sure that we get that outreach. People can ask questions to the panelists, and then they can get some experience on hand.
I got to speak with award-winning journalist Tashar Parker, and she gave some insight about navigating the journalism world.
Journalism is changing, and it is changing quick. Thousands of jobs were lost just in the last couple of years, and it is so important for us to understand how to navigate a different landscape. And I think oftentimes we are so accustomed to, okay, get a job in a smaller market and continue to move up over the years. At the same time, you have to prepare yourself right now.
Most journalism jobs require students to have a reel or video of their work. This is why networking and mentorship is important.
You can use social media to your advantage. Journalism is changing so much these days, and people have to know how to navigate and use social media because it's a tool nowadays more than anything.
I was not careful when it came
Her campus dedicates time to creating events that will benefit students beyond college.
A lot of people here can testify the same. So for those who didn't know what her campus is, that's a little spiel about us. We've been on campus since 2016, and we've been here, sharing the love on campus.
Her campus continues to host events that help students in all career paths.
The program Her Campus continues to host more events and workshops that you can attend at UNT.
Leah, it was snowing this morning. How was the weather when you were coming in today?
Okay, I'll be honest, it was hard for me to get out of my cozy bed because I was comfortable. But let's send it over to our weather anchor, Faith Webster, to see what she has in store for us for the rest of the week. Faith?
I can totally relate to that feeling, not wanting to get out of bed. Around North Texas, we have very low temperatures, around 21 and 22 degrees all around. Looking at Bowie, we are going to see the very low at 19 degrees. Moving across the state of North Texas, we are going to see a bit more of a mixture of temperatures. Over in Oklahoma City, we are going to see temperatures at 11 degrees. And then moving over into El Paso, we are actually going to see 61 degrees. So moving on into this week, we are going to see those warmer temperatures that I did talk about earlier in the show. We are going to see that Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, we are still going to be in those low temperatures, but moving on into this weekend, we're going to start seeing some of that sunshine, 57, 66, and 71, great temperatures to start off that week. Moving on into Wednesday, we are going to see some partly clouds come back in, but 72 degrees, maybe just a light jacket will be great for next week. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Faith. Are you looking for new activities and events on campus? Our live reporter, Gabriella LeBlanc, is live at the Denton Square to look at an event that's happening right now.
That's right, guys. If you're wanting to meet new people at a discount, every Wednesday is College Night at D20 Tavern. It's held from 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. here in Denton Square. To get that discount, simply bring your student ID or staff college ID to get half off to play over 400 board games with friends. It's not just board games. If you're over the age of 21, they have a variety of craft beers and wines to taste. I'm here with Reagan Thompson, who is a bartender / game master. Reagan, what is fun about College Night and what colleges are able to attend?
We are open to any colleges in the area, and I guess what's fun is we have like a bunch of war games and stuff going on back here, and then we have Blood on the Clock Tower, which is like a social deception game if you ever played like Werewolf or Secret Hitler or anything like that.
What is your most popular game on these nights?
Yeah, I mean, that's tough to answer. We have like so many games over there, so it just kind of depends on the night. We see people come in and play Magic the Gathering. We see people come in and play war games, but I think the most attended event on Wednesday night is probably Blood on the Clock Tower.
How has this brought your business closer to the Denton College community?
Well, I mean, I think it's just nice to see all of the college kids come in on Wednesdays. They come in on other days as well, but we have people from UNT to TWU and everything like that, so it's just great to have everybody here.
Again, College Night lasts until 10 p.m. every Wednesday, so make sure to bring some friends if you haven't already. That's all I have here. Back to you at the desk.
Thanks, Gabriella. KFC is flying the coop, leaving Kentucky for North Texas. The fast food giant is moving its headquarters from Louisville to Plano. Parent company Yum Brands say the move will help KFC grow, with 100 corporate jobs relocating to Plano over the next 6 months. But they're not winging it completely. Yum Brands and the KFC Foundation will still be in Louisville, keeping some roots in the Bluegrass State. So, Texas, get ready to get that extra finger licking good.
Fried chicken, there's a great option that's not far from the UNT campus. ntTV's Annie Tomlin has a look at a pizzeria that will have your mouth watering.
After the break, we'll tell you about an opportunity to save some money when you buy your next device.
And an arrest in a high-profile case involving some star athletes, including one with Dallas ties.
You're right, Mom. I have.
Okay, I'll be honest, I'm starting to miss that warm weather we had last week. And while it might be too cold for outdoor activities, this week, ntTV's Jessica Kwali says you can still have fun at this place called the Park Place Mobile Recreation Unit in Denton.
Opportunity to check out Park and Play this past weekend and see the local recreation of Denton. Let's take a closer look from Recreation Coordinator Jonathan Bell.
So the rec care, we do all of the child care, we do camps, we do after school, we do any kids' day off events from school, as well as our mobile recreation park and plays. We also cover that. So we come out to the parks, we bring our staff, we bring our games, and we bring recreation out to where there may not be quite as much.
The Park and Play truck, being previously an ambulance that was revamped by the city of Denton, has provided lots of fun for all ages and continues to provide access to outdoor activities in all areas of the city due to its mobility. I call it whimsy on wheels.
Our ultimate goal is to bring more recreation to the areas where there isn't quite as much. The city has what's called a 10-minute walk initiative, where they're within like 10 minutes walk to a park or maybe 5-minute drive to a rec center. It's somewhere where we're able to bring recreation out further to where areas aren't quite as close to where there is as much games, activities to get out, socialize, have fun.
Of course, I had to get myself involved and play a little bit of spike ball, and I had a blast. Check out their website for further events near you at discoverdenton.com.
Say whoever wants to come out and have fun, that's what we're here for. We're here to come out, have fun, have a great time.
For North Texas Television, I'm Jessica Qualley.
The Park and Play Mobile Recreation Center's unit's next pop-up shop is this Saturday at Sequoia Park. If you're wanting some quality time with your family when the weather warms up, this is the place for you. It's a great way to have fun in the sun as spring approaches. Okay, listen, I love my phone, but she's getting a little old. She doesn't work like she used to, and she's constantly buffering. It's going to take a while for me to buy a new one, though.
You are not alone, Aaliyah. Technology these days is getting more and more expensive, but don't worry because there may be hope. Apple is launching a, quote, cheaper version of the iPhone 16. It's called the iPhone 16e and will be on the market for, get ready, $599. Surprisingly, it will be the cheapest iPhone that supports the Apple-specific AI tool, Apple Intelligence. This new device was also the first iPhone by Apple with a cellular modem designed by Apple.
The release is happening amid the increased competition from Google and Samsung in the budget smartphone and AI markets. Over the last year, both competitors have focused on updating their Android devices with artificial intelligence.
Apple hopes the new launch of a cheaper product will put technology in the hands of more consumers. This week brings a bit of closure for some of the sports world's biggest stars. 7 men have been charged in connection with the nationwide home burglaries of professional athletes, including Luka Doncic, Joe Burrow, Patrick Mahomes, and Travis Kelce. The stolen property has a total of about $1.5 million worth of watches, chains, designer bags, jewelry, and cash. According to a federal criminal complaint, the perpetrators were targeting the athletes between the months of October to December of last year. The 7 men are alleged to be Chilean nationals with significant ties to a South American theft group. If convicted, they could face a minimum sentence of 10 years in prison.
Well, that's all good news for the big-time athletes. Now, how about some good news for our hometown heroes?
Well, Adam Say is on the Sports Beat tonight and says there is good news in abundance. Adam?
That's right, guys. The Four Nations face-off has become a soap opera on ice, and the Mean Green basketball machine is approaching the final stretch of conference play. I've got the rundown for you after this.
I wonder what's on the radio today. I don't know about this. This is not it.
Everything alternative, commercial free. 88.1 Indie.
Here at KNTU, we have 2 traditional stations, 88.1 Indie and KNTU Jazz. We've also recently launched an internet radio station called Mean Green Hits. If you want to hear more, you can check us out at MediaNorthTexas.com.
That was pretty good.
I use Flex to buy my favorite snacks.
I use Flex to get me through my mornings.
I use Flex at my favorite campus restaurants.
I love how Flex is a cashless payment method and can be used at all campus dining venues.
So, how do you use Flex?
North Texas fans, it's time to bundle up and pack the pit tonight as the Mean Green men take on the Tulsa Golden Hurricanes. And this game holds massive tournament ramifications. North Texas is currently tied with UAB for second place in the American Conference standings and is 1 game behind number 21 ranked Memphis with only 6 games remaining in the regular season. It will be the first time the 2 teams have met in Denton in nearly 11 years. Tip-off is scheduled for 7 p.m. and will be broadcast on ESPN+. This past Friday, UNT women's tennis kept its undefeated home record by sweeping Oral Roberts 4-0. The Mean Green started the matchup by clinching the doubles point thanks to a 6-3 and 6-4 win. Their dominance continued into singles competition, with Lou Shillard winning all 12 games she played for an easy victory. Adding on, Lily Schultz and Olivia Malm picked up wins in their matches to give UNT the points they needed to seal the win. This victory gives the Mean Green a 5-3 record on the season with a perfect 3-0 at home. With Lily's win, she is now the only North Texas player who's undefeated in singles competition so far. ntTV's Nick Volpetti asked Lily what she thought of her impressive performance, and this is what she had to say.
I played really well today. I was happy with my level. I think I was the most happy that I managed to stay consistent throughout the whole match, because sometimes I have like small dips, but today I managed to stay focused the entire match.
The finals are set for the NHL Four Nations face-off. Tomorrow night, Team USA will take on Team Canada at TD Garden in Boston. In their first matchup, not only did the U.S. start 3 fights in 9 seconds, they also scored 3 goals to upset Team Canada for the United States' first international win against Canada since 2010. Now, this championship doesn't come without its drama. Canada forward Brandon Hagel took a dig at the U.S., stating that Canada is playing for their flag and not for their cameras. Hagel went on to insult Team USA's Kachuk brothers for initiating fights as a part of their game plan. That's all I have for sports. Back to you at the desk.
Thanks, Adam. Over the weekend, ntTV reporter Katie Muncie had the groovy opportunity to visit Denton's newest music school.
And I am so jealous because it looked like such a fun way to discover your musical side. Let's see what she got up to.
Have an interest in music but unsure where to start? First Christian Church of Denton is now opening its doors to a new music academy. Located in the heart of Denton, the academy invites students of all ages to pursue their love of music.
We want students to feel like they're doing more than just taking a piano lesson. We want them to have a really strong foundation in music, and we want them to grow to appreciate it.
And for their families. There are a lot of studies that show that participating in music, whether you're playing music or you're just enjoying it, listening to it, that it increases your health and well-being.
Currently, the Imagine Music Academy offers lessons in voice, brass, percussion, individual, and group piano, and will soon extend into strings, music therapy, and early childhood music. Accompanied with state-of-the-art instruments, passionate teachers, and spacious rehearsal areas, students are given what they need in order to grow in their musical journey.
I think that music and the arts is a really important resource for channeling, your creativity and the way that you express yourself. And I think that's one of the reasons why Imagine Music Academy is so exciting to me, to be able to offer to people.
Everyone is worthy of music. A lot of people don't think they are, but everyone is worthy.
With ntTV News, I'm Katie Muncie.
The Imagine Music Academy is now enrolling, and if you are interested, you can check out their website on imadenton.org.
You know what? I might just look into it. I've been wanting to learn how to play the piano since I was little.
Yes, and you should play for us on air one of these days.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. I'm thinking about it. Thanks for watching ntTV Nightly News.
Join us again tomorrow at noon and tomorrow evening at 6 here on North Texas Television.